Hey there, lovely being, and welcome to yet another Pick a Card reading. I am Priestess Ishta, and this is going to be a very lovely message because today we are talking about unspoken love advice from your maternal bloodline. Yes, this is going to include everyone in the maternal bloodline, all right? We're not just looking at those who are alive or those who are on the other side. This is like them putting you on the game, okay? If they could tell you what they really want you to know about some good love advice. While you're here, don't forget to check out the description for some freebies as well as investable services. We've waited long enough to speak to the maternal bloodline, wouldn't you say? Okay, all right. So get ready, sit back and relax. We are going to do this. Get ready, my friend, to pick a grandma. If you're feeling called to grandma number one, our lovely abuelita, who's here in the kitchen making traditional, delicious food, please redirect yourself to reading number one. If you're feeling called to grandma number two, our grandma here in her garden with her lovely shades on and the flowers in the background and looks like a family barbecue. Whatever it is, grandma number two is where you're going to redirect yourself to reading number two if you're feeling called. And grandma number three here in the kitchen looking like she's getting ready to get down with cooking. Our lovely grandma number three with her black hair tie. And this is a beautiful black grandma here. You're going to redirect yourself to reading number three. All right, take a final moment. Take a look at grandma number one, our lovely fun grandma number two, and our beautiful grandma number three. Okay, I think that gives you just enough time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with somebody that you love. Get the message out there. And don't forget to comment. I love to know what you're thinking about the information that we were able to uncover here. Okay, I guess I'll see you at your reading. Bye. Hey there, lovely pal number one. Welcome to your reading. This is the unspoken love advice from your maternal bloodline. We're going to leave this totally open. It is whatever comes out, okay? So you picked abuelita. All right. So this has nothing to do with cultural. So you could be any race, ethnicity. But I do here have number one as our abuelita. This is going to come through if your grandmothers are alive. It doesn't matter. It's just about the council of the divine feminine of the maternal bloodline. If they could all get together and speak and give you advice on like, hey, look, let me put you on a game. Let me tell you how to rule your marriage, and not in a bad way, but like, so that way you're not walked over. Also just how to run your household with love, how to run your life with love. This is what this message is about. We're going deep, and I'm so freaking excited to do this. Okay, so let's call on your angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides to please step forth to protect those of us who have selected grandma number one, so that this circle is protected with messages rooted only in divine love, wisdom, and truth. Ashe. We're going to leave this open. And again, we're looking at the unspoken love advice from your maternal bloodline if you picked grandma number one. Some of your grandmas are still alive, all right? This is not about those who are on the other side. This is like, what would they say if they could say it? And not just about you, but like passing on that wisdom. Okay, let's see. What is the messages? Those of us who select pal number one. Okay, one message is already coming through very clear. We're going to use different decks, but I'm going to channel at least 3 cards. Give me another thing. All right, and that's why it is happening that way. This is very, I want to almost say like really tune in. Those of you who pick number one, I'm going to give you some like, just tune in, all right? Ashe. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, number one, first and foremost, the message, the love advice that they want to give to you is balancing your emotions. You might be moody. You might be moody like a Cancer or Pisces or a Scorpio. You might be one of those. You might not. It does not matter about the astrology here. But the archetype of the water signs, the moodiness, the left, right, up, down levels are everywhere. That is something that they want you to address and to look into. And how do you think you can address that and look into that? Well, the first thing I'm hearing is to work with a professional, such as therapy. If you're not at a place in your life yet where you're ready to do a therapy one-on-one, then doing it at a group level, joining an online anonymous group. There is a group called, let me just bring my earth mind back because I'm in the celestials. It's called Anxiety Anonymous. Okay. But it's a play on, not a play, but it's a derivative of Alcoholics Anonymous. But instead it is for people who have high degrees of anxiety and emotional distress. I'm not saying you have high degrees of anxiety, emotional distress. You might. This is not a psychological or emotional assessment. But I do feel like for the moon card, and I'm going to tell you why this is like this. So don't be like, oh my gosh, you ain't going to sit here and just try to tell me that I need to get my mood swings together because I'm going to tell you that there you go right there. Calm down. I'm here to help. So take my hand and let me show you the way. Your grandmothers, you might have seen this behavior practice in your household. You might see it now. You might have witnessed as a child very intense mood swings from a loved one. It could have been from your own mother. So this is something that they really want you to, the women, the maternal bloodline really wants, I feel like they all want to get a hold of their emotions or get more in control of their emotions. There's another side to this. It's not all just get your emotions together. You're also very intuitive. You're highly intuitive. So a lot of times the emotions that you're feeling is your intuition, or energies that you're picking up around you. The energies that are just in the unseen realm that are influencing you. Not that people are sending you attack, but sometimes people can send an evil eye and not even realize it. Sometimes they know the fuck that they're doing it. But your emotions are easily impacted by your environment. They're saying if it's a cluttered environment, it's probably, or if you're in a cluttered environment and you're feeling off, a lot of that might be connected to clusters of kinetic energy just backed into those areas. So studying Feng Shui might be helpful to you because you'll learn how to move those energies through and out of the home. So that way your aura can breathe a little bit more freely. And again, I'm going to explain to you why you're like this. So let's get to it. Because you come from a long line of healers. A lot of the women in your family, they're psychics. A lot of them worked for royalty. They're showing me like the bloodline for real. They're showing me how they were. So if there is like a line of witches or healers or psychics or shamans that in order to be gifted with their gifts and their abilities, you had to be born into it. Your family was like one of those royal psychic, royal spiritual bloodlines. If your family is not active and practicing, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the group that does have those family, like more family members than the usual type who are into the spiritual arts. I'm going to call them, not the religious arts. So like the non-traditional pathology to the God inside. I feel that a lot of you either had a grandma that did altars or it's not foreign to have seen it growing up doing hoodoo around the house or doing a little voodoo trick or knowing a little bit of a Wiccan little thingy thing or knowing how to work with the nature spirits. There's just something that came natural to y'all, even if it was just healing apothecary, knowing what tinctures and elixirs and tonics and detoxes and teas to make to clear and purify. Even clearing and blessing a house. Some of you might on the religious track also have like healers, like Like there's churches, and then there are those churches that have the healers that feel that they have the ability to lay hands and clear you. So I feel that it also might have been at that level. So that's why the emotions are like that sometimes, because it's the gifts looking for balance and steadiness. I'm getting the example now of 9/11 in the USA. Those of you who are outside of the US watching, but on 9/11, after the rubble was down from the buildings, and there were dogs, like the hounds, that were like sniffing to find like any remains. Okay. Once the dogs were not in that environment anymore, the dogs were starting to get severely depressed because they were not using that skill that they had to navigate with their nose to find anything. Like these dogs, I don't know what type of dog it was, or dogs that these were, but they were specifically trained with the fire department to like do search and rescue. And when they were done with working specifically at 9/11, they just went through a very severe depression because they couldn't utilize that gift and that ability. I'm not saying that your dog, of course, not unless you're from the dog star like me. Oof, oof. I'm also not trying to imply that you may have depression. I do feel that it is an important conversation that we all should have with ourselves. With when we feel ill physically, we go to the doctor, or we try to put a band-aid on something, or we try to drink something to clear us out. But when we feel ill mentally or emotionally, that's a little bit harder to identify. So the advice coming through from this bloodline, okay, I'm not coming for you. I don't know you personally, but I do want to help. So let me take your hand and lead the way and tell you that having the conversations about your mental health, if you get really low, is important. I will leave information in the description, okay, for some free resources that are available to you that you may not know about. No, not just the support line. There are other resources out there. So be sure to look in the description. I'll have some resources there. But you're also feeling this because you're connected, like we were saying, to a bloodline of healers or high-ranking like witches that have these gifts. And the point that I was trying to connect with bringing in that 9/11 story with the dogs is if you're not, and I feel like you're not, don't want to assume. And if you are, it's not to the level that it could be. That gift wants to be nurtured. There's a gift in you. It's a healer, psychic. It's not really on the mystic realm. I don't feel like you're in the mystic shadow. I don't really feel that from you. I feel very earth-based. I feel very indigenous. I feel very rainforesty. I feel very like your people like knew how to do ceremonies and rituals that aligned with certain solar and lunar placements. So I guess that love advice is how to love the gift that they gave you, that psychic gift, and how to nurture yourself. So maybe it's not direct love, it's just how to nurture yourself more holistically. They do want you to know that there is a very strong force around you protecting you because of where you're descending from. Your bloodline descends from the celestials. Your bloodline is one that is connected to some of the fallen, I don't want to say fallen angels, but not on the shadow side, but like the angels or the star seeds that accepted the mission to come down to earth to seed the planet for the better, because there are also those who came here to seed it for the worse. But it's like, what's better, what's worse, depends on how you look at it. When you put things into perspective, it's just what do you feel. So I feel that you are working more with, like, let's say the light energy, and there is a light angelic, like maybe you are an earth angel. You might have been told that you're an earth angel. There might just be something in your presence that feels very earth angelic. They want you to know that that's the part that they want you to love on, your maternal bloodline. They want you to love that part about you. They want you to acknowledge it. If you've never heard it before, dance with the idea, chew on it, trident, play with it, see how that settles in, thinking that or knowing that you're an earth angel. Don't get a superior complex, please, because this is not what this is about. This is about the reclamation of who you are, and your maternal bloodline wants you to know truly who you are. We're going to move forward, but they truly want you to know who you are, so that way you can operate more. I feel that you're not operating with the most confidence in your career. They're telling me we're going to get more direct messages. This was the open part, so this is going to be direct, specific messages on some advice that they want to give you with your love life. But they do want you to love yourself more, to elevate how you love yourself, elevate how you are loving yourself, how you are allowing yourself to be, I don't want to say treated, but they want you to like love what you do. So there's something with your career. I feel that there's a career path that you might want to transition into, but you're locked in on something that might feel so grounded and solid that you're like, I could never do that. But they're like, you should do what you love. They're like, do what you love. Like, life is short. Trust us. We're here. We wish we would have done that. We wish we would have opened that bakery. I wish I would have traveled more. I wish, like, they want you to start doing more of the things that you love, and especially around your career. Start it small. I don't know what it is. This is not the career reading in this one today, but you know, if it's something that's out there and it's like you have this gift that I'm sensing you have with this earth angelic energy, and what you want to do, it always connects back to us giving back and sharing our gifts. So I don't know, maybe there's something holding you back that you should start looking at to stop letting hold you back. So let's get some direct advice, and then we'll soon wrap up your reading. Didn't we just say hold you back? And what is the first card down? What is the first card down, and what does it say? Fixed moon. Are you a fixed sign? And if not, are you operating under fixed sign energy? Leo, Taurus, Scorpio? Are you resisting change? Does it upset your nervous system to think about change? Okay, more direct advice. They want you to hold on. Full moon Leo, don't let pride get in your way. More direct advice from Maternal Bloodline, number 1. I only wanted one more card, but I'm going to take the 2 at the bottom. Honorable mention, you are good enough. That goes back to that self-worth and self-value that we were talking about, right? Knowing that you are worthy, knowing that you deserve. Let's move everything over a little bit. Knowing you have value, knowing that your value, it's not even just about the value, but it's also like, yeah, it's about the value. They want you to know that you're good enough to experience anything that you want in life, to have any man that you want. They want to make sure that you're making good choices. They want you to elevate how you see, to make good choices. With the don't let pride get in your way and this Leo energy, I'm feeling as if this is about you jeopardizing good opportunities, a good thing. I'm going to be very direct. I don't know you, so don't take it too close to heart. But I feel like don't jeopardize a good thing. Don't jeopardize yourself because you're too prideful to say sorry, or too prideful to see someone like, and that goes to the emotions. Maybe you get too sad, or too in your head, or too in your feelings. We'll just say that. And you can't, like, your emotions prevent you from being, I don't want to say the bigger person, because I feel like that might even be triggering to some, not all, but your emotions prevent you from just saying, okay, let's come down, let's ground this and really talk through it. Let's ground this and really understand what's going on. I want to really hear what you're saying, and I want you to really hear what I'm saying, because when we can talk heart to heart, there really isn't friction. You've never had a heart to heart with somebody when both minds are clear and cool and tempers are cool, and there's friction. You want to know why? Because the presence of God, generative, operative, destructive, is there. The presence of source is there. So there's no reason to fight, because we can hear each other at the soul level. So they want you to work on that. Don't let, and that's going to come when you work in therapy. You're going to learn, you're a good therapist or a good healer, and I recommend that you book a session with me. I am on the track of being a therapist. I am training now for the hours. I don't know if you're watching in the future, I might already be licensed, but at the moment of recording, I am not. But I have a lot of services where I incorporate a lot of the, I will say, approaches or techniques that you would get in a therapy session, but it is not considered therapy, but it is definitely healing to the soul. All right. So I have free services, and I also have some that you can invest in when you want to take things at a deeper level. But this is not just about a offer that I'm trying to give you. I want you to really take this serious. Those who picked maternal bloodline grandma number 1, abuelita, really look at how your emotions, because they might be preventing you. Some of you, it's preventing you at work. Are you short with customers? They keep showing me somebody on the phone who has an attitude with customers. What is that? Are you getting short with customers? Are you working in, or maybe you're working in environments where you just feel so capped, like I can't move past this ceiling, that you're getting frustrated. All right, so those emotions. But last or 2 more. You and your loved ones are safe, and it's time to release negative energy. Yeah. There might just be something I feel you have been avoiding for a long time. I got some more cards coming, but something that you have been avoiding for a long time that they want you to stop avoiding. All right, they're like, no, this is the time where we're going to begin to look at this. We're going to face it. And it's something that's in you. It's not like, yeah, because I got to do this for the family. I have to help everybody to know. It's a you thing. It's a, once you work on this part and you know what it is. Some of you, you've been avoiding working on your sobriety. Some of you, you've been avoiding, like, you need to go and get caught up on your doctor's appointments, or you need to go to the dentist, or you need to get that looked at, or you need to go to, you're like, what the fuck you got to do. You need to look at your statements and your finances. You need to do that, or you need to call back that family member or that friend that you never got back to, or you need to get on your grind with your routine on working out and being healthy. There's some, or like you need to get on your kids more, or you need to like sex it up more in the bedroom with your spouse, and give them more attention. Like there's that thing that you have been avoiding, or you need to leave a relationship or a job, or you need to go back to school, or you need to give that person back their money, or you need to call them and tell them to give you back your money. The thing that you gotta do. They want you to do that shit, because the minute you do it, things are gonna shift. There's a fear you have, like this, and look how you and your loved ones are safe. Mind you, Cancer is the great mother in astrology with Saturn, but Cancer is her younger form. Cancer is like the more modern form of her, because Cancer is the mother, it's the household, it's the domestic, but archetypally, is that a word? It is also the protector, the feminine maternal protector, like the mama bear, so to speak. And look how these two came out together. So you have a very strong, and people always say, oh, you have strong ancestors. There are some people's ancestors are not tuned in, tapped in. They fucked up on earth. They did foul shit to other people. Okay? And I'm not talking about certain races, because all of us did stuff to others. Okay? So don't point no fingers around here in this part. We all did stuff. All of our ancestors contributed poorly and contributed well. So there are some people whose family lines, the point I'm making is that they didn't inherit good karma. So their ancestors are cut off from them. Okay? Or sometimes the ancestors just don't want to deal with the person. Not in the case here. And I tend to not attract those type of individuals to my platforms and my community. Your ancestors are very tapped into you. The feminine maternal bloodline is very protective of you. They don't play. There are things that happen to you and your children. They're saying that's probably where that you and your loved ones are safe. There are things that happen for y'all where you're like, I don't know how it happened. I don't know how they didn't get, I don't want to say things. I don't want to speak negative. Like, I don't want to cook up negative examples because I know my tongue is powerful. But point I'm making is there are times, if you can think back where shit has happened and you're like, whoa, I don't know how I made it out of that one. You got a little bit more serious grandmas too. Like, I'm trying to cook up some jokes and they're not really jokey. They're like, stick to what we're talking about. They're kind of like, they're serious with you a little bit right now. Okay. I would do some of the work that we discussed here and book a session, whether with me or a trusted advisor, or if you can tap into your own, because you are psychic. Hello, you got the Oracle card. All right. And every time I do a reading for myself and I'm tapping into my higher self, I get the Oracle. I know I'm an Oracle. So if you're getting the cards that I be pulling for myself, what did I say about you? So you can easily tap into your own ancestors and get the message too. But sometimes we need a little help. And I feel like if you did this work after like a few months, you're going to get a totally different response from your maternal bloodline. They're going to be like, okay, I feel like they'll soften up, but they're kind of like, they're a little tight-lipped with you right now because they want you to, come on, get to it. Final parting messages for our lovely pickers of Abuelita number 1. Final unspoken love advice from the maternal bloodline of those who pick number 1. I want to say so much to you right now. Thank you for being here. Woo! I got your card. It fell down. I don't know if you saw it. We're going to take this one too. Thank you so much for being here, for giving your energy and your time. I am available for personals. Like I said before, there are free resources in the description. Check me out. I am also on Instagram where I give monthly and also now weekly. I'm dancing with it. Weekly astrology readings. They're intuitive based. So we look at the energy updates based on your astrology. All right. So it feels very personalized that way. Okay. Final parting advice or messages. Ask your angels. Don't get too far from God. Don't get too far from us. Talk to us. We're around. We're still there. Ask us for help. Ask us for guidance. We're right there. We're right there. You just can't see, but we're right there helping. We're right there fixing. There's a grandma who's cleaning up in your house. Spiritually, some of you might either live in the same house or whatever, but the one who has grandmas who they lived with and they're on the other side, and you pick this pile, she's showing me that she cleans your house when you're not there. So if you ever feel like something was moved or whatever, that's her. She's cleaning up. Okay. Great grandma, doesn't matter. Okay. But they want you to ask more. That's just also for those of you who don't relate to that. And even if you did, it's also symbolic. It's symbolic for showing me that they help you clean up the mess. They want to help you clean up the mess. They are here to help you clean up the mess. You don't have to do this all by yourself. That's also a part of what makes you feel so angry. You don't have to. They're here to help. Okay. And your last and final message is wow. I really hope that this message hits deeply to you. I did not mean for it to come through as intense as it did, but increase your self-awareness. This is once you bring more, and it's about that self-love. Once you bring more attention into yourself and you can see how you've been operating, then you gain the power to change your experiences because you become a co-creator and not just a responder to your circumstances. It has been a pleasure hosting you today. I am Divine Priestess Ishtar. And until next time, bye, number 1. Hello there, lovely number 2. Welcome to your reading. I'm Divine Priestess Ishtar. This is Priestess Ishtar Heals. And this is the unspoken love advice from your maternal bloodline. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm ready to rock. Now let me calm down, but I feel like your grandma is fun. I just finished the first pile, and the bloodline was a little bit more serious because they had some serious work they had to get to. So let's see what your maternal bloodline has. Again, quick reminder that this is open. All right. So we're not just looking at romantic. We're looking at love. It could be love of what you do, love of your children, love of the family, how you love yourself, how you love your career, just love advice. They're going to put you on a game, your maternal bloodline. And it also is not just ancestors. This is if spiritually, like if even your living mothers could get together and tell you like secrets that they never got to tell you or things they never and always wanted to tell you, this is where it's going to come out. So kick back, relax. Let's see what comes through for you. Number 2. I'm so happy to host this reading for you today. Okay. So those who picked bloodline or grandma number 2, what is the love advice from their maternal bloodline. By the way, we will be doing a maternal, the father side of things as well. Okay, so the first card down we have is White Witch in a future reading. Let's get some more. Wow. I want to point out that we have Guardian Angel. It popped out. I feel the need to put it just to the side. It did come out in pile 1. I don't like repeat cards, but it does feel significant here. So we're going to just still get 3. But just keep the Guardian Angel card to the side. I'd be interested to see if it comes out in every card. It's like, well, these are some really protective collective right here, or protected collective. So at the bottom we have Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. And with this knight here, there's a peace theme going on here. Okay, put your Guardian Angel card right here, and the knight card or the Broken Arrow can go there. All right, so be brave and honest is your first card down. I'm just listening for the channels, so if I'm quiet, just vibe into the session. This is all a part of the experience. They're complimenting somebody's rose garden. All right, he has roses here. The picture that you picked had red flowers, red carnations, red roses. There's something about, or perhaps your maternal, or there is a loved one who had red flowers, red doors, perfume also. Maybe they wore it. Okay, there's something that they're saying that they want you to do. Okay. They want you to not be so angry. Some of the love advice that they have for you is they want you to find, and not like they want you to practice how you can practice more inner peace. One of the things that they want you to do is to just enjoy life a little bit more, spend a little bit more time having fun and doing things that are fun. So I'm getting the impression that you're someone who either stays in your head a lot, or you maybe work a lot. There's something that you do a lot of. It's a lot of distracting you from having fun. So you do more of this thing than you do have fun. So this thing again is either work, school, in your head, just isolating. They want you to be more social. They want you to spread your light a little bit more. They want you to be around more light energy. They want you to be in the light a little bit more. So I'm getting the impression of leaving your house a little more, or spending more time outside during the daylight versus during the night time. It can't always be night. And that's what I get here with the White Witch, but they're saying that there's more here, so I need to just continue to hold the card because I'm also clairsentient. Church. All right, church. Take me to church, I worship like a dog at the side of your life. I'll show you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Helping me my desk is set in the dark. I don't know the words, but I love that song and I love his voice. Going back to a place of religious sanctuary. Finding God again in your heart truly. And I feel like your bloodline does associate with the church. They associate with Abrahamic. And if they don't, fit it in how you fit it in. All right, I ain't swaying nobody, telling nobody what to do, but they are saying to find God again. You've gotten a little far from it. I think the distractions that you've had in life, just finding something, I don't care if it's meditation, like they want you to find a system. Some of them really want you to pick up that Bible again. That's how they raised you. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. Whatever your religious book or preference is, all are tolerated, even Satanists. Oh yeah, I ain't scared of nothing because we can go to any realm in this channel. Any realm, I'm welcome everywhere. Anywhere I go, I'm welcome in the spirit realm. But for y'all, there is a call to get back to the church. There's a call to get back to Christ. There's a call to get back to the good old book. And if it's not Christ, the figure or the Christ figure in your religious stories and your religious beliefs. So if that's Muhammad, if it's Abraham, okay. And they want you to find a way to create and generate more peace in your life. They feel that you have not been doing that. They want you to be still. Have fun. What happened to you having fun? What changed? Let's look at White Witch. There's something about makeup. Hold on. All right, this is weird. There's two things. So there's some bloodlines where they're like, okay, there's a comment to those who wear makeup. I don't care gender. Those of you who wear makeup, either you're wearing too much of it, or remember, I don't know you. Okay, we're just channeling open messages. I have 2 more decks to pull from, so hang tight if these are like, what? But like either you're wearing too much of it, and they feel like you don't need it. They're like, you're so beautiful. You don't need all that. Just like, and they're like, just put a little bit. They're saying put a little bit on to accentuate. Okay. So either you got too much on, or if you're the type who's like, I don't wear no damn makeup, then hey, yeah, you, excuse me, no offense, I don't know you, but your bloodline, your maternal bloodline is like, it won't hurt for you to put a little lipstick on. You know what I'm saying? Put a little mascara. Jazz doll yourself up just a little bit. Be fun. This is a fun set of maternal bloodline. They want you to fun it up. Fun it up already. Go to a block party. Throw a block party. Have some fun. Step into the light. Be in the light. Be in your light. There is a little bit of some witchy healer. Not deep. I don't feel deep, like deep witch practices, but I do feel like, there's a little bit of like a sixth sense in this group where it's like, oh, they like when you follow that. Actually, you're stronger than some of your ancestors in this group. Like, I feel like your sixth sense is the accumulative of all of them, and you are like a little bit more tuned in and stronger in your sixth sense sight than many of those who came before you. And that's usually not the case. Like, I usually don't channel that. I usually channel your bloodline was so strong, and they pass it down to you. But like, I mean, obviously your bloodline was strong to have given you this, but because they didn't use it, it was dormant. Like, it's very present in you. And my point I'm making is they like watching you use this gift. They like watching you do it because they didn't use it. They didn't know how to use it. So when you use your psyche, your tele abilities, or ability, depending on how many you've identified you have, they like that. They're like, ooh, fun. Again, that's the word. Keyword, trigger word here, number 2, F-U-N. That's what you should say to people. You know what? F-U-N. Right now. It'll change the whole circumstances situation with people. They'll be like, what? Fun? Right now? F-U-N. Right now, buddy. Yeah, they want you to have fun, but also you have this sixth sense that they love watching you operate and use it. They love that. So it's not really coming clear if they want you to use it more. They're just saying that they love watching you use that gift. So we have here Stag, Trust and Thrive. Let me channel to see. So, okay, so there's some of you who they want to give you a nudge to see something through. This is not about a change. This is not about a transition. This is not about starting something new. This is about a nudge. Like, they want you to pull through, push through, see this through. Some of you, it's your marriage and you're going through a rough patch. They want you to push and strive through it. And I'm not encouraging anyone to stay in unhealthy environments. Okay. I'm just channeling a message for entertainment purposes only. And I don't really feel like this is what they want you to do either. Suffer. There's something about you trusting in what you've asked for, what you prayed for, and trusting and knowing that it's going to arrive if you push through. Some of you at school, you're in a really intense training program. You might be in an intense training program that's non-academic. You might be in a secret society training program. You might be in a military, or, there's a training, there's something in which you need this reminder right now. It could be, I'm trying to really we're going to remove that word, but I'm working towards really launching this business or really getting this business to this income goal where it's generating this much money, or like it, but you're already doing this thing. This is not something new that you're starting. They want to push you to see it through to the end. They want you to stay together. They don't want you to quit or to tap out. Not just yet. The bird just flew by the window mad loud and startled me, but I feel like you might see a lot of birds too, because they've been flying by my window a lot as soon as I started your reading. Like, they're around where I'm at, but they've been flying past the window close as hell a lot. So, and just a lot of little flies and bugs. So it just makes me feel like spending time in the garden, because your grandma was in the garden, spending time in that garden, spending time in the light, in the sun, and seeing something through. All right. That's the love advice they have here. We're going to get more. But they want you to see something through. Don't tap out. You can do this. They are helping you. And they want you to keep, again, outside of that makeup message, they want you to make sure that you are keeping friendships around that feel wholesome and not they want you to use your wisdom, because you may have a friend around you right now. I don't feel like it could be a friendship circle. I don't feel like it's a big group, but there is a friend that is around who, when you're around them or when you leave them, you feel really drained. Do you notice that? It's one friend in particular. You've had the thoughts before. That's that sixth sense I said I had, that I sense that you had, that they like when you use. It's like you had this thought before, like, this person is a energy vampire, or this person is a hater, or this person is a friend of me, or this person is not my friend, or I gotta actually watch out for this person. And maybe this person is at work or whatever. They want you to use your sight to see that. And if you have to interact with this person because maybe it's a boss or a roommate or a neighbor or a family member, who knows, okay? I'm not trying to personalize this reading. If you want to personalize it, see the description. I have a free spiritual alignment call, but that's more goal focused. But we also can do a reading, dive in deep. I do have the quick hit readings that are now available, and you get them back pretty soon. So if you want to know to identify who this individual is, we can do that one-on-one. But I really don't think it's that serious. I think you know who it is. I think you know how to also protect yourself from them. And I feel that if you have to interact with them, like I was saying, in situations where it's like, well, I can't not talk to my fucking boss, or I can't not see my landlord. Fucking hate that person, but I can't not see them. That's where you would use your protection tactics and techniques with light energy. This is not a dark energy group. Okay. Don't do dark energy here. I would recommend. But you do what you want. See where it goes. Shit. So, some messages, direct messages from your maternal bloodline. So funny. What do you need to release came out on top of that message we just talked about with the friendship. Okay, we have repeat energy. Let's clear that. One more direct message. Thank you. At the bottom, you have a new start is coming. A new start is coming. Okay, so direct messages, be bold and make the first move. I do feel that this is, they want you to take more initiation. Now, this is not initiation in starting something new. This is initiation in your life to like kind of, like I was saying, break up the routine. There's a lot of like, I'm just living instead of living. They want you to live more openly, freely, and be not out there, not wild and crazy, unless that's what you want to do, but they just want you to do a little bit more living. So be a little bit more bold, making plans with your loved ones, making plans with your family, making plans with your boo, okay, your boo thing, and saying, we're going to do this today. We're going to the beach. Right? Listening to that inner voice, I do feel that they try to at least whisper to you a lot of times. Your maternal bloodline, ways to like navigate, ways to walk, they're telling me, or to drive. So that way you end up in occurrences or situations that force you to be more social. They want you to be around more people and more positive people, more positive events, fundraisers, or I don't know if that looks like you volunteering or if it looks like attending festivals, but they like it when you're in groups. And some of you, if you're introverted and this is like, oh my gosh, this is making me anxious, I'm just channeling a message. Okay. Some of the love advice here is the invite to be in groups and around individuals that are uplifting, and even church groups, okay? If they're uplifting, because we're not going to say it's uplifting just because it's a church. All right, sorry, grandmas. But there are some churches that have amazing community events and contribute wonderfully to our communities. So let's not rule that out. All right, so what do you need to release? Again, I feel that there's that relationship, that friendship, that dynamic. I'm not saying that this is a call for you to release it, but you may want to just become more aware of how this individual or how this connection or how this relationship, it impacts you. I'm just channeling the other messages that they're saying here with what do you need to release. Whose favorite time of year is the winter? Wow. Okay. Something about winter months, you're stronger. You're stronger in the winter months. I don't know what you're going to do with that, but just take it. Yeah. So they want you to release things that feel icy, feel cold, that feel like it doesn't give you back the love that you really want to. I didn't want to say that. I didn't say the love that you really want because I don't really know what you really want. I wanted to say the love that they really want you to experience, but I guess it's also in some way related to the love that you really want too at the soul level. They want you to stop coexisting in environments. Notice I'm saying environments. I'm not just pinning this to a marriage or to this or to that. But don't stay in environments that feel icy because it's turned you to not be fun. All right. So if that feels contradictory to the see this through, you might want to book a personal to get clarity on your circumstance. But there is a call for you to let go of a particular friendship. It doesn't feel like a marriage. I didn't hear spouse or partner, but maybe your spouse feels like a friend that is icy to you. And if you're not able to let it go, this relationship, starting to move away from it because it's not giving to you what you've given to them, you know? They want you to start seeing that more. So that way you can create more balance and practicality so you don't feel overused. You don't feel used, whether it's overused or just feel used at all in your connections. Yeah. You're so used to working hard. You're like a workhorse. You're so used to working hard that it's hard for you to balance not doing that. But they want you to balance that out. Some of the love advice is have fun. Love every day. Treat every day like it's another itinerary on the longest cruise ever, the longest voyage ever. They want you to inject a bit of fun. And I know fun sounds like such a simple word, and I'm trying to, we want to be fancy and colorful with words sometimes, but it's not that. It's fun, F-U-N. They want you, number 2, to inject fun into every day in some way. Just sprinkle a little bit fun in there. Go ahead, sprinkle it in. They also want you to add a little dash of, after you sprinkle in fun, you're going to add a dash of spirituality, talking to God inside of you, the God around you, the source, because God is a triggering word for so many. So the source within you. Ashe. And there is a balanced union that is happening between you and another individual. If something was recently felt like it was broken, like you lost it, or like it hit your heart really intense, we're going to get one more parting message for you, number 2. But if something felt like it really hit your heart, it's being repaired. Oh, there's your message. It's being repaired. Yeah, and it does feel like someone who's close to you, a lover, even if you're done and you're like, oh man, I'm married, I moved on, you'll still get the closure that you need. If you're seeking whatever type of closure that it is that you're seeking, there is a balanced union coming in where someone will see you as much as you see them, whether it's a friendship or just a really great mom and child or father and child experience. There is that connectivity that you're seeking, and I could get emotional if I tap into it, but these grandmas are so fun. They're not even going to let me be sad about this because they know how sad it's made you about not feeling this. But they're like, you don't have to, like, just have fun, because in a way redirecting your energy to have fun is just going to do what? Invite more fun vibes in. Correct. Because that is how you become a co-creator and not a responder. So let's look at your final message here. Thank you so much, number 2, for being here. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Let's see what your final message for love, unspoken love advice from your maternal bloodline is. Recognition, admiration. Didn't we say your hard work? Oh my gosh, this is insane. You're such a hard worker, and recognition is coming for all of your hard work. As soon as you start to recognize, to reward yourself first. Plan a trip, okay? Or do something fun. Give back to yourself immediately, number 2. I want you to drop in the comments, and I didn't tell number 1 to do anything. So number 2, this is very special for you. Number 2, if you watched this all the way through, I want you to drop in the comments the fun thing that you're going to do for yourself today. Not tomorrow. Today. It's one thing that's fun. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, I am Divine Priestess Ishta, and this is Priestess Ishta Heals. To work with me one-on-one, you know what to do in the description. Mwah. To the lovely individuals who selected Grandma number 3, welcome to your reading. I am Divine Priestess Ishta, and today we are going to be looking at the unspoken love advice from your maternal bloodline. All right, so you picked our grandma here in the kitchen, our black grandma here. You understand? Hey, grandma, looking like somebody be in my family. I like that dress she got on, her hair all tied up. All right, grandma, I see you. Look like she makes some good food, good mac and cheese, collard green, baked macaroni pie. I mean, she might be a little West Indian, you understand? It's all right. I got family from Barbados. I'm Barbadian, y'all, I can say. Okay, so I'm being silly. So let's go ahead, number 3. Welcome to your reading. It's been a pleasure to do these readings so far. Like, seriously, anything is going to come out. This is not just from loved ones on the other side. This could be like if all the grandmas or all the women in your family could get together and put you on a game, this is what they would say. All right. Okay, so we're going to do this in a few parts. We're going to start right now with this deck, and we have 2 other decks we'll look at. But we're going to start with this deck by looking at just general messages, okay? So we're going to call on your angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides of the highest order to protect the circle so that only messages rooted in divine love, wisdom, and truth are allowed through from number 3, Ashe. If you never hear me pray on camera, just know I do it off camera every time. Otherwise, the messages will not come through clear. We got all type of trickster energies out here these days, y'all. All right, we're going to start with those 3. Interesting. Both cards were in the last pile, so let's get you another bottom card deck. Okay. Ooh, Star Ancestor. Wow, I'm glad we did that reshuffle. So you have Star Ancestor at the bottom. It kind of gives like a little bit of an ominous feeling. I do feel like if you look at your grandma's, or not your grandma's, okay? I mean, the picture that you picked, your grandma's eyes, the picture that you picked for grandma number 3, the eyes are equally piercing, are they not? Like the gaze of them are equally piercing. Do you have piercing eyes? Have you been told that your eyes are hypnotic? So let's see, card number 1. Arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. So first thing they want you to do is to do just that. Your energy game has been slipping. Okay. Maybe your lifestyle might have just changed. You got a little bit more busy. Maybe you were like dormant and then like now you're busy. Like this is giving me influencer who just went viral or just got more people than they've had in a while, like, or their version of viral, I'll say. Or this also gives like someone who travels a lot. Maybe you weren't working or you were working remote. Now you're traveling, you're working around people, or you're now in a different field of work where you're more client facing. There's a shift that has happened. I had recorded a podcast episode on the types of jobs that need protective energy. I'm going to link that in the description for you, number 3, because, at your leisure, listen to it. It's like in my earlier days of content creation. So bear with me, but it has some valuable ass content. Information in there. Valuable information. It should be a course. And it teaches you what fields and how to. I don't know if I did the how to. I think I did how to protect your energy. But there is something in connection with what you do, how many people that you're around. It makes you anxious. It makes you jittery. And if you're not like that, then don't claim that. Don't collect that. Leave it there on the table. Somebody else will get that on their way out. But what I mean to say is there's something about where you're at that they want you to make sure you're protecting yourself a little bit more because you haven't been doing it. You have a lot of eyes on you. You have a lot of incoming eyes on you, or a lot of people that touch you that you come into contact with. Are you a bouncer at the door? They're showing me money handling. You might be, the dope boy. I don't care what you do. They're really not caring what you do. They're just saying protect yourself. Okay? If you're in the streets, protect yourself. But you already should know that. You should already know that. But that's the first piece of loving advice that they want to give you. Let me look at the full picture. Wow. Okay, come on. Talk about protection. How you have the arrow and then you have the sword. That's like bow and arrow, sword and shield. Dang. Okay, hold on. Let me listen. It's also about protecting your plans, your focus. They want you to there's something that they want you to they're don't get so distracted sometimes. Protect your energy, protect your focus, protect your plans. Stop telling people what you're doing. Keep your mouth quiet, protect your plans. I'm just divining, so vibe with me while I listen. Get busy. Don't spend too much time. If you're finding that you have moments where you're lazy, they really want you to spend some time, not spend some time, but they want you to get busy. Get a little bit busier than you've been doing. Some loving advice that they would give to you is that there's a lot of drive that you feel inside of you because a lot of the mothers in your family, they didn't get a chance to see their their ambitions all the way out. They didn't get a chance to see their ambitions all the way through, because they didn't feel protected, whether by the ethnic group that they were born into, the societal class they was born into, the location that they were at, the education that they had access to. There's something about, or maybe just the spouse who didn't let them, but there's something about them not being able to fully live out I'm not saying it because most people don't fully live out all their ambitions, not all of their ambitions, but there was things that they really wanted to do, and they couldn't do it because they were always distracted. This is a very unique message. I'm going to say it, and you just do what you want. Like I said, if it ain't yours, leave it on the table. Somebody will pick it up on their way out. There's some of you who they're like, wait, hold on. I can't say that like that. Hold on. Okay, I can say it like this. Having so many children will only bring you more distractions. Okay? Having so many children will only bring you more distractions. That's how I'm going to present it. But there's a very curt voice that I keep hearing right now from one of the maternal members of your bloodline, and she is just like, kind of like, she's one of the women who's like, don't have kids, live your life. Like, live your life. Somebody who picked number 3 needed to hear that, because the tree just started shaking out of nowhere from the squirrel, and it still is. It's like, the whole time it was still until I said that one thing. Like, don't have a bunch of kids that will distract you from your plans. That's one of the messages, okay? Some of you really want motherhood, you really want children, you should have them. You should expand and be fruitful. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do with your wombs, and if you're masculine or male, I'm not trying to tell you what to do within your relationships with your partners, okay? But I do hear that there's one voice who's like, focus on your goals, like live for you. Like live for you. Think about what you want to do and don't feel guilty. That's what that protect your plan is. Like, if your plan is to not have children, they're like, that's okay. They want you to know that's okay. You don't have to vocalize that's your plan. You don't have to vocalize that you are not ready yet, because maybe that's your plan right now. Maybe you're not ready yet. They're like, it's okay for you to focus on you. So that protective energy thing is even feeling like, protect your energy from loved ones too, who don't get the vision. Don't get your vision, because they're not supposed to get your vision. You don't need a bunch of people getting your vision. You want to know why? Because then they start contributing to what your vision is. And I didn't ask you. This is my vision for me. And I only have one advisor, and it is Source Within. So if you feel strongly about a lifestyle that you live, you can be a private dancer, a dancer for money. Do what you can be, like I said, in the streets. They don't care what you're doing here. These are some like cool down ass grandmas. Okay, you got a cool down ass maternal bloodline. They don't care. They like, just stay focused on what you're doing and protect what you do. Protect it. Don't let nobody sway you. Nobody try to tell you that you're wrong. These are grandmas that have lived they lived life, and they've seen some shit. This maternal line, they've seen stuff, and they're like, look, focus on you, focus on the family, not your family. Notice I said the family. Sound a little mafia. Okay, let me sit up in my chair. I get it. Let me sit up. Focus on the family, and whatever the plan is you have for your own vision of life. If that plan is not children or not expanding a family for your own self, that's your business. And if it is, great. That's also your business. The point is, they want you to protect your image of who you believe you are. Because this is the first group out of all the groups today. You can tell them I said it. It's all right, because I compliment every group, and I keep it real with everyone too. This is the first group where y'all truly know who y'all are. Yeah, truly are aware. Yes. So protect your plans. Protect your focus. Protect what it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to do. Even with the stripes over her right eye, it just feels like it gives me left eye. Like, why left eye? Because eye is right. Also, left eye was in association with, some of the other stuff that they had to do in TLC to be TLC. Anyway, the right eye here with the right side showing, it just feels like what you're doing is right. What you feel that you should be doing in your life, how you want to live your life, your lifestyle, however you're living it, even if it's not traditional or not approved by other people, they don't get it, they don't have to get it, it's not for them to give. This maternal bloodline really supports your individuality, and that's not something that you often see. Okay, so snake, shed old skin. Okay, hang in with me while I divine. A healer archetype? What's the first thing? This is the group that can, if they wanted to, deal with dark arts. This is not a suggestion that you should deal with dark arts, but this is saying that if you wanted to, you can dibble and dabble with dark arts, or learning how to use dark alchemy for, I guess, your spell casting. Okay, the dark energy would not overtake you, not unless you allow it, but not easily, I should say. Okay, this is coming into decision making time. They're saying go forward. So this is not about seeing something through. This is not about changing lanes. They're saying like, go forth. Like, they're pointing straight. So if you had something lined up and it was like left, right, or back or forward, like they're saying go north. So go straight ahead. Go straight through. So go to the next thing. So that could just mean being headstrong in your plan to accelerate your life, like where you want to go. Or it could also mean like, when I think of north, like what's the northern body part? Our head. So like, what are you thinking? Like, follow through on your thought. It feels like intuition, but it feels like intuitive thought. What is the thought that you just got? What is that intuitive spark? What is the idea that you just had? They're like, okay, follow through. So it feels as if sometimes you might get a lot of thoughts. You might get a lot of creative inspo. And they're like, do that. Follow through. That's why I feel you have to really protect your energy, protect your plans. It might be that a lot of people want to pull on you. I'm looking at the timer right now. It's May 18th, but I'm seeing 11:18. So all I see is 181118. So there might be a need for you to protect the time that you would use to create, because that creation is going to help you to change your financial circumstance. So if you feel that you are in financial hardship, financial struggles, and that's why you're working so hard, or that's why you want to focus, that's why you want to grind, that's could be why they're also saying protect your energy. Because protect your energy also equates to protecting your time, so that it's not wasted, so that you are able to, the old skin that they're wanting you to shed is like the old life. And it's not like an act of shedding. It's like this is going to shed naturally. Like a snake doesn't stand up or lie on its belly up and say, all right, time to unzip this old skin and bring out the new coat, ladies and gentlemen. Like, it doesn't say that. It just sheds. It sheds the skin naturally. So this is something that will happen naturally. But in order for it to happen naturally, feel as if you have to get more into spiritual protective and literal, like practical protective energy techniques, whether it's breathing or going for a walk or knowing when to remove yourself from a bad environment, bad person, bad situation, knowing how to identify that, different things, just protecting your mental space, because number 3, you're here to create a lot of stuff. Like you're here to create a lot. And it's interesting because I just realized that on the Star Ancestor, it says, follow the voice of your soul. So there's a lot of stuff that you do and want to do, but that you already do and have done, that's goes against the grain of standard, goes against the grain of what most people usually do. And that's because your soul is calling you in a different direction. Your soul is like, yeah, that's fine, they can do that. And the soul is not even critiquing what they're doing. But it's like, but I came here to do this. So don't judge me and I don't judge you. Let's get direct messages for you. Direct messages. So those who picked grandma number 3, what are the direct messages for them? Your commitment is being tested. Damn, what are you working on, number 3? You're building something huge. As long as you can focus, who and what tries to distract you? Okay. Could be you have a lover. This is the first time I'm getting actually love messages. Do you actually have a partner, or like lovers or partnerships, or do you tend to give a lot in love mentally, where it just distracts you? It distracts your thoughts. Like, I wonder what they're doing. I wonder what they like, and it's like, damn, all of that. I wonder. Why don't we put that wonder into a business, or into a project, into an idea, into your career? Direct messages for number 3. One more direct message for number 3. At the bottom, they have conclusions are within reach. Definitely feels like you're so close to a big goal. You're so close to something really, really massive, just changing for you, starting to happen for you. I do feel like for a while, you, number 3, were going through a period that forced you to have to move different. Like, maybe you were always nice and now you kind of be a little bit more good girl gone bad. Maybe you were always a little more bend over backwards and now you have to set firmer boundaries. So there's a shift that I did feel going into this, that your lifestyle recently took. Even like we said with the career, maybe you went from remote to now you're working around a lot more people, or you used to drive and now you're on public transportation and commuting amongst more people. Whatever that shift is that has happened, there's something that's required within you where you will need to see this next phase through. So some of the love advice that they're kind of giving you is, I don't want to say it's tough love, but it is tough love. It's like we want you to focus and commit yourself to this, because we know what's going to be given to you once you do this. We know what you've been wanting. We know what you're capable of maintaining. Like, some of you are worried about being able to maintain this big life transition. Like, okay, if I get all this money, how am I going to maintain it? If I get this lover, the girl of my dreams, how am I going to keep her happy? I know, fellas, we're difficult. And those ladies who are into ladies, I know we're difficult. Or if I get children, like, how am I going to still go after my career? Or, it's just whatever the concerns are, they're saying, like, your commitment is being tested to prove to yourself that you can do this. So follow through. And also kind of going back to some of that protective energy from a spouse or a partner. Some of you do need to start standing up more to your partner, or in your partnerships, in your relationships. Some of that love advice from your maternal bloodline is like, don't let, 50-50, but 50-50 doesn't mean you pay half, I pay half. 50-50 could be you do the cooking, I do the cleaning of the dishes. Or no, I don't even feel like that's equivalent. I feel like 50-50 could be like, it just shows up differently. They're just like, don't settle. They don't want you to settle. Is this number 3? Are you settling in your relationship? It's the first time I got that in these readings. They don't want you to settle. They're like, don't settle. Why are you settling? And also, because for you, number 3, you like really love. And some people fall in love, but you fall in love. Love. And because of that, it can really just regulate your day, regulate your thoughts, regulate your ambitions, regulate what you're working towards. They want you to put that force into yourself, that energy that you would give out back into yourself and towards your goals and your projects. Don't get too caught up in the fantasy of family. That sounds wild, but this is the message. Don't get too caught up in the fantasy of family. I guess it's a way of saying, like, just don't forget about your dreams too. Don't forget about you too. Don't let life pass you by and you forget that you had something that you wanted to do. You had a book that you wanted to put out. You had a milestone that you wanted to achieve. I'm going to kind of ground that message by saying that also. Okay. Wow. Bring love into this situation. Dang. New moon Aquarius. All about pouring back into yourself. And it's interesting, as I'm seeing this water bearer here on this card, I feel like, where is that water coming from? And she had to scoop it to pour it down, right? So it's like, I feel like you're sharing with others more of you, but also remembering to pour back into yourself. I don't know. I just feel like the love advice here is to I'm listening. I feel as if they want you to do your share. Like, do your share in what needs to be done in your community, in your world, in your household. But it feels bigger than your house. This feels like a larger set community. And to show a larger set community something that they will love about you. A skill, a book, a framework, a technique, something healing that you bring. It's like people are going to love you for this thing, or love that they have this thing, because I don't want to make it seem like you need people to love you. And I just feel like if you look at her face, her eyes are closed. She's so focused. She's focused on where this water needs to go. She's focused on this pour. But she's also in the water, so whatever it is that she's really focused on is giving back to her. So I feel like they are really, your maternal bloodline, they're really pouring into you. And I almost said ancestors, I don't know if you caught it, but they're really pouring into you all the time so you can pour into others. And again, I do want to add to that, like at a larger community level, not at just like a immediate, oh, my family loves me, like nah, let's go a little further. Okay, well, my block loves me, my building, like nah, let's go a little further, more than just the neighbors and your family. And like, it's bigger. What you're doing is bigger. Your effect is bigger. Believe in the impossible. That's pretty straightforward. We're going to get one more message. Interesting, because at the original time of recording, this was recorded during the month of the blue moon in May 2026. So it does make me feel like there is a... hold on. Yeah, so what they're saying is stop cutting off your belief system in magical occurrences happening for you. Stop cutting off your belief system. Stop thinking like, oh, that's not gonna, like, that can happen to everybody but me. Yeah, sure, it could happen, just not to me. I couldn't win the lottery. I'm not gonna win at anything at this raffle. Like, oops. It's just stop thinking through limited sight. Everything for you is possible, and it will become possible once you see through this. It's not even see it through. Once you like really commit yourself to this, because it's not like once you finish writing this book, oh, you'll see. This feels like a lifetime commitment. Like once you commit to this path, once you accept that you are a leader, once you accept that you are a world renowned, or once you accept that you are a, like, you're in the running to be a mayor. Like, damn, how did I end up here? It feels like you're going to stumble onto a path, a track, and you know it, but you don't know it. Like, you know, but you don't know. You know, I know I want to do something. I know I want to be somebody. I just don't know how it's gonna flip and fall there. This is that. So they're like, you gotta believe, because magic is afoot. All right, number 3, let's get your final parting message. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure hosting you. I am Divine Priestess Ishtar. Let's go ahead and get your final parting message from your maternal bloodline. Don't forget to check the description to work with me in other ways. I do have a free spiritual alignment as well as invested services. I do have now a quick hit reading, which you'll get back pretty quickly. And we can go very deep. I don't feel like this group has a lot of work, though, I'll be honest. So if you need a personal reading, that'll just be something that you feel guided to do. But this just feels like you got to focus. All right, focus. The spiritual alignment call that I have does help create a focused plan, if that's how you want to approach it. We talk about how to get to the next step, or outline that next step in your co-creative process with the source within. So maybe check that out. Okay, so final message. Number 3, we have, oh man, wow. Happiness. New discoveries that lead to celebrations. Love yourself first. Yeah. So this is a time for you to be happy, for you to enjoy, just enjoy living. And I know that sounds like so broad, but the seriousness that I do sense in your energy, and even in your maternal bloodline, like, they're like, you know, after all of this, we still want you to be happy. We still want you to enjoy your life and to experience happiness. So your final parting message from your maternal bloodline is to honor and celebrate happiness. Study the art and joy of being happy every day as much as you can. Pencil it in, remember it, don't forget it, because life is good. All right, number 3, it's been a pleasure having you. Until next time.